want, even on nomination day, for me to be holding a press conference about their candidate? Do they want to do that? Did they need to be poking me in the eyes for this particular round when they know that there are people who've been arrested by the police facing this same charge? There are people and they are known. Are they FDD? What is their orientation? They are UPND. So why bring me into a matter which they are just trying to spin it? And as I said, look, you cannot wash your debt on me. It will not stick. This is nonsense. And they must face reality. And if Hakainde has nothing to answer, you say, correctly so, that a criminal is no criminal until faces the court of law. I've made an allegation. If he's injured, he can go to court again and prefer another defamation charge. And that's the issue. These people are going to go to court. If he was smart, he should have allowed the Court of Appeal to proceed. By this time, he would have exonerated himself. Either they would have upheld the notion that fraud can be covered under friction of time. But what he was scared of was to go in the dock. You know, under criminal proceedings, the burden of proof is higher than under a civil case. And this is not a civil case, Mr. Muchima. I don't know whether I should be speaking in Namwanga or in Chinyanja. I did say there are two issues here. There's a civil matter which was to be appealed. And there's a criminal complaint by the two at the police of fraud. Investigated. Mr. Hakainde even appeared for questioning. One and portion taken. So what he's scared of is proceed with the court case. That's why they are taking the plaintiffs. But you need to know that under criminal law, you don't need the defendants. I can proceed with defending myself in a criminal case using the same affidavits that they left on court. Those are court records. So I don't know who is advising him. It's very naive and not thought it through. It's hapu. Let's hide these people without any thought, intellectual exercise applied to this issue. So, and in the end, who is suffering is innocent families that are suffering. I hope I've answered your question. And if I'm being accused that I'm a criminal, I should be interested in defending myself before a court of law, instead of defeating the ends of justice.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'll take a round of 3 questions so that you can respond to. Okay. Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam President. My name is Alfonso, customer from the New Vision newspaper. Yes, Madam, the UPND have vowed or they have promised not to take you, not to tolerate you further on this allegation. My question is, don't you see or don't you see anarchy emanating from this allegation?
Do I have any question before we allow the President to respond, Papa? Do I have any other hand? Thank you. The President will respond.
Thank you very much. Look, the UPND, this matter is not a party matter. This is a matter for an individual called Hakainde Sami Chilema. He has another matter in Choma High Court, where, and to follow up on that, his own workers have accused him of instructing them to murder a person on his farm. This matter is in Choma High Court. There are 3 people, and I think one of them is his brother. There was a trespass last year on their farm. I don't know which farm. He has 2 men. And according to the deposition by those defendants who are facing murder, they said when this person trespassed, they telephoned him and said to him that there was a trespasser whom we think he has come to steal cattle. And according to them, they say his response was, and they beat that person, and they are in court for murder. Now, that is an allegation, isn't it? That's an allegation. It can only be proved if Hakainde goes to Choma High Court and gives his side of the story. Period, isn't it? There's an allegation, there's a murder in Choma, and someone is alleging that Hakainde instructed the uniformer, the Amuchi, just beat her. I mean, you and I would say, maybe those people are just trying to escape justice. You understand? He was not on the sea. He was somewhere in Lusaka. But it remains an allegation until he presents himself to the same court. You understand that? In this particular matter, Feluna has an extensive affidavit here in which she's detailing in minute details her side of the story. It's a court record. In here, there is a mortgage there, sealed and signed, Lima Bank liquidators. You understand that? And when I'm talking, here it is. In the entry, nature of document, first shared mortgage, 28th of January, February, March, 1989. Parties to the mortgage, Samson Siatembo and Lima Bank. My darling, Mr. Siatembo is demised. He died in 1987. Entry date, 2004. Would I be wrong to sketch that since Hakainde started paying ground rates through the said Mazuba, who was a councillor for UPND in Kalomo, and you know some of our councillors, what they've done to land. You understand that? All he needed to do is even go before the court and say, no, Noah Dindi was the one dealing with this. You understand that? He didn't need to be running, cutting, and now I'm being an advisor to my young brother. There's a law of agency in this country that I can contract a lawyer to transact on my behalf. You understand that? So if they didn't do correct things, he could easily maybe have had a story. But to the extent that he was providing ground rent from 2000 to 2005 when he procured, he knew what was happening. How can a dead man wake up to go and get a... Now when you say anarchy, fortunately my friends, when they have criminal matters before courts, they summon the spirits of their parties. We as politicians should not at all dress our criminality in the dress of politics. When it is Edith Nawakwi, the people versus Edith Nawakwi, I should appear in my singular capacity and not summon the spirits of political parties. So, yes, I've seen that online to the point where they are even now circulating WhatsApp, which I didn't author. They are desperate. They are desperate. But that desperation is what is going to injure them because they are not thinking. I thought that my brother, the MP for Monze, having taken an acting position, would have instilled some discipline in the intervening weekdays here. But look, these are clear issues. If this matter has to be resolved, sure, there's got to be an end to it. You are saying that there's going to be anarchy. The case of Hakainde Hichilema versus Edith Nawakwi is still in court. I have the evidence, I'll present it. It doesn't matter in whatever form it comes, it will still be late. Because I have to defend myself. I don't have $3 million, my dear. You can imagine these people, a villager sues them for land, and the court says this matter, the one who is suing is not, has no local standard, they say in court. No interest in the matter because you are a child of the demised person. You should be the administrator. And the lawyer representing Hakainde Hichilema raises a bill of 3 million kwacha to a villager. What are you going to say in the end? The crow or the 2 goats that person has? Is that normal? Is that fair? I mean, you can see the greed in these people. And for me, that, look, I don't have to do anything. I just have to revoke the behavior. How can a lawyer who is getting fees from all and sundry raise a bill for a villager who only has a scotch card of 3 million kwacha for appearing 3 times in Livingstone High Court? What is it that they want? I mean, you take the land from their father, you put caveats on it, you also raise bills of 3 million to these villagers. And you are telling me that Edith Nawakwi shut up because they are not your relatives? We will meet in heaven. We shall be in the same boat in heaven. If I'm not their relatives now, I'll be their relatives in heaven. And it is not right for those of us who are educated to trample on the poor. For those of us who know the law, to trample on the poor. These people send us to schools. The people who built that universities were not educated. They were contributing chickens and goats and brooms to build that university. We have benefited from their sweat. We need to pay back. We cannot be taking anything from them. That's what I can say. And when people are saying this country is going to go on fire, which fire? Does this country belong to PF or UPND or FDD? It belongs to the Zambian people. It belongs to the Zambian people. The dwindling fortunes of Hakainde Hichilema have been caused by himself, more so on this matter. And the more he continues to hold these people, the more people will troop away from his party.
Thank you very much. I will allow another. Just wait. We can't have the same person asking questions.
But she didn't answer the question on the manifesto.
Thank you. Let's have questions from other persons.
You will get the answer by the weekend, sir. It is not part of this choreography.
Another one which you didn't also answer. I asked questions, but you didn't respond to some of them. That's what I was trying to.
Which question is that? Which question is that?
Okay, the other one I asked, where you were claiming that these people were malnourished because they were hungry.
No,
I'm still asking.
No. I think that you need to know one thing. If your mother is missing for 3 months, you don't know where they are. How would be your composure? If your mother is missing, do you have a mother?
No, I don't have.
Okay, you are like me. I don't have a mother. But when I had a mother and I didn't see her for days, it was traumatic. If your mother, and many of us here have mothers, if your relative, your best friend is missing for 3 months, you don't see them, you need to understand one thing, that Feluna's children, especially Nasrede and Abigail, they depend entirely on the mother working on a daily basis to put food on the table. And she's been missing for more than 3 months. What is the mental state of those children? You need also to be told that when there was a report that Nasrede was very ill, did anyone in Choma, Mwetwa, or anyone else try to find out which house they were and take them to the hospital? I had singularly to try contacting people to pick them up. And thanks to the medical personnel in Choma, they picked her up and took her to the hospital, did all the tests, and looked after and gave her medication. So let us be fair to each other. Because in this matter, the person who is supposed to take full control of the welfare of the Siatembos is Hakainde, is benefiting from the estate of their demised grandfather and father.
Thank you. I think the President has done justice to those questions. I will allow you, Madam, as the last person.
Yes, my name is Pamela Menda from Home TV. Madam Nawakwi, the situation which is resolving the whole case is people saying it's either the police or the court itself. Now, the recent revelation of which Madam you have ravished as nonsense, people, it is a public interest. People want that you be called by the police, and the Mwetwas whom you have kindly spotted, the on your side is actually the one who is on the top of things to say, you be arrested, you go there and respond to the allegations, because those allegations, Madam, that the Atengo's family have said they borders on violence, threatening of violence. I thank you.
Thank you very much. I have challenged the Hakainde that himself and I meet at the police. I have said that evidence coming into my possession, I did hand over to the police. And if the police feel that they need to get me, I'm not in South Africa or Congo, I'm in Lusaka. Just last week, I was at the police station to file in a complaint of people who are bullying me online. The police are free to take me anytime. And if you members of the press want to escort me to the police, you are free. Because you can also do a citizen's arrest. I'm here. If you believe that I'm the one they are running away from, my sister, you after the press conference, let's go to the police station. Yeah, let's go to the police station. But let's put it this way. From the time that Milton said, Nawakwi never contacted us, what space do we have which you and I can say, in that space of time, it is true, you could be threatening violence. Look at those people and members of the press. What have you ever really understood what an abduction looks like? This is a typical case of hostage taking. Look at how scared they are. They are doing a video from a room. There's no calendar, because if you really want to know what date, the lady is being told, say it's 24th April. But you don't know if it is really 24th April. They're in a room, you don't know the location. Is that a normal video? Why not say movie TV is taking? Like the first one, they said, this is a reporter from Baita TV. So the police were able to follow and say, Baita TV, you took a video. Movie TV, you took a video. I think a number of members of the press who were with Nicholas Piri on the way from Choma were interviewed. Maybe you don't know that. They were interviewed and they were released. But where is Nicholas Piri? He has gone in the window. He's not seen. Because he needs simply to appear and answer the questions. Who gave him the instructions and the location of those people? Those are simple questions. Everyone wants this saga to come to an end. The people who can end it is none other than UPND. No amount of saying, no, the police, no, this one will work. This matter will only be resolved by UPND themselves.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are so grateful for the time, for the interaction. At this particular juncture, we allow the President to take leave. I'll ask for the journalists to be outstanding. I take leave.